The holidays are upon us, and some ideas to think about if you have a loved one who is living with memory loss. It is really important. We want to be prepared, and what we think will be a good holiday really does need to be adapted. So a couple of strategies and things to think about. One thing I have found over the years with being in resource roles and memory care directors and having an aged loved one with some decline in their cognition, I call it a round robin. So basically trying to find the most comfortable seat that gives them contentment, that might not be in such a stimulating place. So be thinking, if all the chaos is, too much, you may want, is there a recliner or somewhere a little bit away from the hustle and bustle? Maybe they're in the den but can see in all the activity, but just have that ability to be away from too much stimulus if you're noticing it's making them anxious. And then we could have family kind of go in to visit and sit with them and chat, and then they would go get the next person who would come in, and so on and so forth. So not to overwhelm the person, kind of a round robin of people coming to spend some quality time with your loved one. And of course, at the mealtime, you're all going to be together at the table and perhaps going over some strategies and reminders about communication. It is really important. There is a concept we call joining the journey, and that means we don't try to correct or argue or reason. Maybe your loved one is 85 and they're looking for their mom. Maybe they are sitting there saying, I want to go home. Things that may seem disorienting and doesn't make sense to us is true to them. So the best strategy we can do with the theory of joining the journey is go along with it. Maybe you ask a few questions. Oh, your mom was so wonderful. How did she get her name? I forget, there's a story about how she got her name. What does your mom serve for Thanksgiving? You just go along and ask questions instead of trying to reason and bring them back to reality. Also, it is not uncommon. People may want to have smaller portions. Too much food could be overwhelming. Be thinking about really listening to the body language and taking cues. Make sure the person is hydrated. You may want